I don't know if y'all can hear that, but they have a car outside or a vehicle outside that's blasting super loud music, so loud that I can hear. Can you hear that? I might have to turn off the air. See, they just gaslit me because I just turned off the air. I mean, my ears, and it's like to the point where my ears and shoulders hurt. I can hear it still. And they get really, really ridiculous. And I forgot to say this morning that it was around close. This wasn't even 2 o'clock in the morning yet, and somebody was passed by on this property blasting unbearably loud music. It's like these demonic bastards do not care. These reprobate bastards do not care what time of the day or night it is. And then if you confront them, they'll make it like as if you're the unreasonable or crazy one. And they'll make it like as if they have a right to shoot and kill you for confronting them. Like disturbing them out of their sleep I mean, if they disturb you out of your sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with loud, ignorant, satanic bass music. So while I'm on film, um, yeah, and I think even sometime earlier today I heard the door slamming as well. So I guess door slamming is another perp tactic. If the perp slam doors, you know. So another thing I wanted to say is that when targeted individuals flip and become a perp, I want to know why are they still treated by other professed targeted individuals? Why are they treated still as a TI and not the perp that they have become? Like fake TI perps and TIs turn perps, I think that they should be, treated as a perp. But nah, they get worship. Like as if they're bigger, better, and higher than God. So, and I'm still, it's like I'm back to having, feeling all kinds of emotions again, you know, about the guy who hung up in my face and blocked me earlier this year. It's like I'm, having unwanted, intrusive thoughts about him all over again. And I'm feeling like as if I'm questioning my sanity about him. And I'm questioning my sanity about him, you know. And so and then just even other, fake TI perps and TIs turn perps. It's like they're not gonna tell you that they sold out too. But then they start to go acting like a perp. But I heard that the TIs that turn perps, I heard that they still get gang stalked, but they get the privileges to not have to be poor and homeless. But I heard that the handler will watch them closely and make sure they did XYZ perp activity the way that they want it done, so that then they compensate them. But then I guess if they don't perp a certain way, then I guess then they get targeted and attacked. See, look. And it's like, if I'm still targeted, like I heard that there are some targeted individuals who have not folded and turned, but some who have. And it's like the wheat amongst the tares. And they're not going to tell you that they sold out, but they'll still make you think that they are uncorrupted. But then they just do certain things to make you question your reality or your sanity or how you dealt with them, or what they did to you. And I feel like if you profess targeted individuals, look at it, you hear that? So why would you brag about, if you're supposed to be a targeted individual, why would you brag? Oh, and they hit me with frequencies too, in my heart and my head. My forehead and my heart. So it's like, why would you brag about being loyal to your oppressors and your perps, whether they're related to, whether they're family or not? Why would you brag about loyalty towards your oppressors and your enemies? That makes me, it's like, why would you act like as if you're a perp apologist, but you're supposed to be a targeted individual? And then, if you being a target act out of frustration because of what another fake TI perp or regular perp did to you, then, if you act out with the way they treated you and stuff, or people will try to make it like as if you threw them under the bus or you're wrong for airing out all their dirty laundry. But they have smeared and lied on you. When you air out their dirty laundry and expose their wicked and dirty ways, at least you're telling the truth. And I'm still getting that fake narcissistic abuse of whether people want to grade my YouTube videos with the thumbs up or thumbs down based on how positive or how negative the topic is. When other professed targeted individuals, they'll talk about this targeting and get thumbs up. But me, if it's quote unquote something they'll say, oh, it's negative, then they'll give it thumbs down. And they've been doing this to me for at least 2 years. And so then it's like, how can you be a fake TI perp, and if a regular perp lies on me and a fake TI perp defends the regular perp against me, and then they'll say about my action, they'll say that's exactly what a perp does, or that's exactly what a narcissist does. And it's like, I don't perp anybody, but y'all the ones, if you laugh in my face and laugh at my suffering, laugh at my suffering. Like, say if I got fired from a job due to the gang stalking, and then if I tell you about it and then you laugh in my face and say I got what I deserve, and then you get your feelings hurt that I blocked your number, but they want to act like as if they're super spiritual and religious and, talking about God punishing their enemies, or they brag and laugh about God destroying their enemies in front of their faces. And then like you're a narcissistic fake TI perp that falsely you dabble into the occult and new age and perverse Christianity, the perverse watered down fake Christianity, not the real one. And then you want to talk about how God destroyed your enemies in front of your face, and then you brag and laugh about it, and then, but at the same time you say that you don't take pleasure in it. Look at fake crusty ghetto ignorant bastards talking loud near my you know, but I'm sitting here battling depression. After you backstabbed and betrayed and turned against me, but then after I air out your dirty laundry, after I air out your dirty laundry, then I'm the crooked one who's not loyal. But you had already smear campaigned and lied on me. You know, and so it's like I'm just feeling all kinds of mentally agonized at the moment, and then having nobody really supportive I can talk to. It's like I'm forced to deal with this targeting like by myself. The same people who were supposed to be supportive, that used to be supportive of listening to you back then, it's like now you got to complain about them because they're acting like a perp now. But I'm like I was thinking last night that, well, one thing I felt like what Applebee's, what they did was they put both of my containers of food, the food and the regular food and the dessert, and they put it inside of one bag and then taped it up. And then my ice cream started melting. And so that the DoorDash guy, I thought long and hard and realized that, you know, I think I'm questioning. I really think he was a perp because this is what he did last night. He had a raggedy white car, and he had his proper headlights and tail lights. And so he delivered me one bag, and I said, "Is this everything?" And then he got smart ass and rude and got an attitude with me. And then shortly after, he turned up his music super, that fake gangster thug music, super loud, and sat there for a little while and then pulled off. But on the way to coming to give me my food, you know, the app showed that he was 10 or 15 minutes away. And after he was 10 or 15 minutes away, I sat there and waited like another 20 minutes. And then it turned around and said that he was 20 or 30 minutes away. And I'm like, well, he must be, and it's like as if he sat there for a long time. And I think that DoorDash or Uber or whatever, if they do something like that, I think they should at least be courteous. If you got to stop and get gas or stop and use the bathroom when you en route, I think you can, the least you can do is be courteous and say, well, it's going to be a while. But they leave you wondering forever, where's your food? Or if you got to take Uber, then leave you wondering, well, where's my ride? And, if you accept my ride as an Uber driver, and then you drive off, I see you in the app driving off for like 2 minutes, and then you sit there somewhere for like another half hour, and then you come and get me whenever you feel, pick me up whenever you feel like it, on purpose to hold me up and make me late. And it's like, an Uber driver, you would be like not even considerate or respectful enough. Like, what if I had to go to work? So I guess that's why employers want you to have your own vehicle, your own car, you know, because you can't even rely on a cab or an Uber. It's not, I mean, because they don't want to, come and get you on time. You got to wait so long. So, I'm feeling a little bit better after I just vented. But also that DoorDash driver, like, I don't, well, it was the same gender, but it wasn't like the off the wall shit. Like that guy, it showed in the app that his name was Natasha. And I'm like, well, where is Natasha? So, I mean, you're not gonna be a man named or a guy named Natasha. Now, what happened was, after the guy he gave me my food and stuff, and it showed in the app that his name was Joseph. Joseph may not even be his real name, but I looked up the foster brother Joe, the woman and child beater, and so that might be kind of like, and yeah. So for me, the other targeted individuals, they show pictures. Well, I'm not gonna go as far as to put up the physical residence address of perps or whatever, but yeah, I put up shared a doggone picture of the foster brother Joe, and show who his face is. I mean, show what his face is and stuff. And so the fact that, I mean, I feel like, well, if I put up, I mean, if I shared a picture of what the foster brother Joe looked like, and then here this perp comes named, Joseph. And as I said, he had on his proper headlights and stuff, but then when I asked him, he got an attitude with me when I asked him, because the fact that I ordered dessert as well, it's like you put the dessert with the ice cream in the same, bag as the rest of the food that was hot, and then half of my ice cream melted. But other than that, I mean, I guess I was so elated yesterday, I couldn't even, I didn't even realize to connect dots or whatever. But yeah, that guy, he was, like, he got an attitude with me, and sometimes, they might be so subtle, or you might be mentally or psychologically blinded by their activities, you know. But, it doesn't seem like as if Applebee's intentionally perped me. But I'm just wondering, like, why put ice cream in the same bag as hot food in your ice cream milk? So, but other than that, everything was okay. I enjoyed the dinner, and I'm glad that they cooked the steak, well done, like I asked and stuff like that. I'm glad they did that. And but other than that, I you know, didn't even. I was kind of mentally blinded and didn't realize that, But I don't even remember and that. I mean that DoorDash driver. His name might not even be Joseph. But the fact that you put Joseph on there, how is it a coincidence that the same day, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, the day after I mentioned, I mean, that I put a post up, showing who the foster brother Joe is. And so that's like when I had the Social Security troubles, and you don't really know anybody named Nilsa. But that was one of my short story characters and one of my short stories that I wrote. And then somebody, try to use the name Nilsa as a character, try to tell the lady on a social, so I think she was associated with Social Security. And when I try to call to get stuff straightened out, which I still couldn't, and she tried to say her name is Nilsa, and I'm like, wait a minute, ain't this one of the names of one of the characters from my short stories that I wrote about? So I guess that's different ways of quote unquote, direct the conversation or whatever. But these satanic bastards, they really act like they delusionally believe that they have the upper hand over you and stuff like that. And I feel like it's a perp thing to do if a professed targeted individual, if I say, if I talk about that I got wrongfully fired and banned forever from Sky Zone, idiots. If I get banned from a Sky Zone, and then if you're supposed to be targeted, why would you say that? Why, if you're supposed to be a targeted individual as well, why would you say that the manager had a right to fire you, and then yell at you and act disgusted with you, and then when you at your most mentally and emotionally fragile moments, why would you yell at that person, do victim blame them, and kick them down even harder? Like the lady who laughed in my face over the phone about the suffering on the streets in the cold winter, and telling me, oh, you can't sleep by the bay. When all my stuff got stolen, guess what she did? She yelled at me and said, oh, I told you not to sleep over such and such place. Or I told you this, that, or, yelling at me and blaming me and making it like it's my, and I said, one of the last things I need is, victim blaming right now. I need some support and comfort and encouragement. So, I don't know. It's like, I don't even know how to emotionally or mentally express myself right now, but I don't have nowhere else to turn. So what to do other than to vent my feelings on here, because I feel like the blog, I guess it's so time consuming and stuff, and I'm kind of a little upset right now because wow, today seems like it's dragging by so slow. And all I had was the last bit of Triscuit today with, you know, a little bit of peanut butter. And that was all I ate so far today. But I don't know what to eat. You know, I don't know what to eat, later on today. But I felt like as I was eating what I ate last night, I realized how deprived I was. Excuse me. I realized that I had this. I mean, I felt like as if I had temporary relief from feeling from like feeling deprived. But you see people talking about um they're talking about food shortages and stuff like that, and saying stock up and prepare. But it's like the perps trying to call me greedy and say that, oh, all she talking about is food and she's greedy. But I've been depriving myself to 2 meals a day and kind of have this mild feeling like as if I've been mild starvation kind of feeling like. But I guess I'm preparing myself. That's a way, I guess, to preparing myself, for if they got food shortages. Well, when the restaurants, are they going to shut down? I don't know. But it's like I've been living off the very little bit of canned food. And I have like only about 3 days worth of breakfast food left. I don't have any milk or eggs. And I think I have a half a box of cereal, but no milk with it. Yeah, I forgot about that. And you know, and I have like a couple of packs of farina and grits, you know. But it seems like I'm almost out of everything as far as food goes, pretty much. Either out of everything or almost out of everything. But I probably would have had to, the very little bit extra that I have left over, I probably would have had to leave it behind if I had to be back on the streets yesterday. So in this video, I would guess I was saying like some of the stuff that I forgot, that I kept forgetting to talk about. So I only wrote a short article on my blog today so far, but I just laid there idle and just was thinking about this and that, and thinking about a lot of different things. But I'm still feeling a sleep deprived feeling. I guess I got about 6 hours of spotty sleep last night, and then this morning. So I've been feeling like the sleep deprived feeling, but I feel like right now it's too late to take a nap. At now, what time is it? 5:18 p.m. Yeah, it's too late for me to take a nap. So, thanks for letting me vent. And I don't know what I'll do um later on. So I'm gonna go for now.